Everybody, how's it going? It's me, Logan here, aka Suburban Yinzer, and right now I am in Gettysburg. I just arrived, and of course there has to be wind blowing, so if you hear the muffling of the wind, just ignore it. But I just arrived in Gettysburg about 5 minutes ago, and I wanted to open up my series of Gettysburg videos with the Eternal Peace Light Memorial on the north side of Gettysburg, where the Confederates first invaded on the north side of Gettysburg on July 1st, 1863, at the beginning of the battle. Now, everybody knows, all Yins know, how prominent this land is and how important it is, not only for this country's history, but also for me and many other people sentimentally, because our ancestors fought here, sometimes on both sides. But this memorial was dedicated on July 3rd, 1938, for the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, or specifically the 75th anniversary of the infamous Pickett's Charge. And so, not infamous, but famous. Let's just say famous. We're not going to use infamous, but famous. So it says here, FDR did a speech up here on July 3rd, 1938, in front of thousands of people. And up here were veterans, senior citizens that were like in their 70s, 80s, more than likely their 80s, 90s, or close to 100. And the veterans that were up here fought for both sides. They fought for both the Union and the Confederates. And they were both up here in a united front, basically to show the unification of the country 75 years later in 1938. And FDR made a speech up here that really holds true still to this day, especially for me as a descendant of both the Union and the Confederacy in Pennsylvania and Virginia, on what this place means to me and why it's so important and why we have to protect it and remember it and never forget it. So here's what FDR, President Roosevelt, had to say up here. He said, quote, "Men who wore the blue and men who wore the gray are here together, a fragment spared by time. They are brought here by the memories of old divided loyalties, but they meet here in united loyalty to a united cause which the unfolding years have made it easier to see. All of them then we honor, not asking under which flag they fought then, thankful that they stand together under one flag now." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the truth. That's the undeniable truth about this place, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, is that still to this day, in my opinion, it doesn't matter who fought for the Confederacy or who fought for the Union. We must neutralize that and see it as American history. Americans fought, bled, served, and died on this land. July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 1863. In my personal opinion, it shouldn't matter if they fought for the Union or the Confederacy. We should hold this place as an American battlefield. And that's what FDR was trying to say and trying to prove in that speech when he was talking to a multitude of people, especially Confederate and Union veterans, coming together as a unified front to show that the war is over, our division is over, and now we must unify and come together. And that's exactly what this Peace Light Memorial means. It's an eternal peace, meaning that after that war, we should stop being divided. We should stop this, oh, you're a Confederate, and you're a Union, and you're a rebel, and you're a traitor, and you're this. Screw all that. That's over. We fought that fight. We fought that war. This memorial represents the unification and preservation of American history. But other than that, I'd like to thank you for watching this, my first video here on Gettysburg Battlefield, and I will see you further on. Peace. Hey everybody, so right now I'm on top of Oak Hill, okay? I am on the north side of Gettysburg. The town of Gettysburg is down there, okay? Going down that way. So I'll show you. Bam, there's the town of Gettysburg right there. So right here behind me is an artillery unit is Army of the Northern Virginia, Ewell's Corps, Rhodes Division. Okay? This is Carter's Battalion, Reese's Battery, the Jeff Davis Artillery. 4 3-inch rifles, rifled artillery pieces right here. So, who is Lieutenant General Richard S. Ewell? Okay? Ewell's Corps came from the north side of Gettysburg on mid-morning or early afternoon of July 1st, 1863. Well, I'll tell you who General Richard S. Ewell is. Born in 1817 and died in 1872. He commanded the 2nd Corps of the Army of Northern Virginia, and he graduated from West Point in the class of 1840, along with future Generals William Tecumseh Sherman and George Henry Thomas. He was known as Old Bald Top or Old Baldy because he was bald. So General Ewell, his corps, engaged with my 4th great grandfather Henry Christian in the 74th Pennsylvania down on the north side of the town, right down there, okay, going off the Mummasburg Road. So as yins can see, well, yins can't see it, I'll probably pull up a map in a wee bit later on when I edit this, but the Mummasburg Road runs down into the town from the north, angling into the town. So right here we got Rhodes Division of Ewell's Corps. Now this artillery is placed up here on Oak Hill, which I will show yins right here. So we got artillery coming up the hill. They then engaged with the 11th Corps, which the 11th Corps line of the Army of the Potomac is right down there. And like I already mentioned, my dad's 3rd great grandfather, Henry Christian, along with the 11th Corps, is right down there. So this artillery is going to engage with my 4th great grandfather and his comrades on the north side of the town about early afternoon, noon and early afternoon on July 1st, 1863. So what's really cool about this is that this angle that we're seeing right here, this is approximately where the artillery pieces and where the Army of Northern Virginia is placed on this part of Oak Hill, which Oak Hill spans not just here, but it also spans farther away going that way. And you can get a better view of the north side of the town, of the flat piece of the north side of the town on July 1st, 1863, going that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go closer to the Mummasburg Road to give a wee bit of more perspective and context on what my ancestor, Henry Christian, was engaging with, because right now we're on the Confederate side of the line, which I should be wearing my Confederate kepi, which I will put on right now because it's inappropriate that I'm here at Gettysburg and I'm not wearing the regular right attire to make this appropriate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go that way, and we're going to make more videos about the Confederates on top of Oak Hill on July 1st, 1863. Stay tuned. So right here, this is O'Neill's Brigade of Ewell's Corps, Rhodes Division. So what is so special and prominent about O'Neill's Alabamians here on top of Oak Hill? Well, this is the brigade that my 4th great grandfather and his comrades of the 3rd Division of the 11th Corps, this is who they engaged with on July 1st, 1863, down in that valley, right down there, going down Oak Hill. This is who they were fighting toe-to-toe in the open valley north of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Let's read a wee bit about O'Neill's Brigade of Alabamians. Colonel Edward Asbury O'Neill, 1818 to 1890, a native of Madison County, Alabama, graduated from LaGrange College in 1836. So he was from Alabama, and the brigade consisted of these specific regiments: the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, the 12th, the 26th Alabama Infantry Regiments. And it says here on the plaque, soon after arriving at this position, 3 regiments attacked the Union flank, the 5th Regiment being ordered to guard the wide interval between the brigade and Dole's brigade in the valley to the left. So that's going, let me just show you. That's going this way. So to our left, that's going this way. like this. So the 5th Regiment is going this way to guard the valley to the left, with between the brigade and Dole's brigade and the valley to the left. The 3rd Regiment joining Daniels and afterwards Ramser's brigade. The 3 regiments were repulsed with heavy loss, but the entire brigade took part in the general attack soon made by the Confederates, which finally dislodged the Union forces from Seminary Ridge. Seminary Ridge is going that direction, and O'Neill's brigade engaged with the 11th Corps, my 4th great-grandfather and his German comrades. They engaged with them in the, let's just say noon and early afternoon to late afternoon of July 1st, 1863. And I'm going to be going further into that down in the valley. But this is very prominent and very important, because not only should I study my ancestor and his comrades, but I should also study the people they were shooting at, because these people are just as important as my ancestor and his comrades, because without them, they have nobody to shoot at. I know it sounds weird, but these guys are one and the same. They fought each other, and they lined up and fought each other on July 1st, 1863. And I hold so much respect and honor to them, even though they could have killed my 4th great-grandfather. You never know, but they didn't. But still, it's war. I respect these guys as much as I respect my own blood. Henry Christian on the 74th Pennsylvania down there. These were soldiers. He was a soldier engaged here July 1st, 1863. And with that, I have their respect and honor them to this day. Let's go further.